In a world filled with uncertainty and challenges, the promises of God serve as a beacon of hope and a source of unwavering strength. Throughout the Bible, we find a multitude of promises that offer comfort, guidance, and assurance to those who seek them. These promises are not mere words, they are God's commitments to His people. In this video, we will explore 7 powerful promises of God that can inspire and motivate us in our journey through life. Each promise is rooted in Scripture, providing a solid foundation for our faith and a source of encouragement for our hearts. The first promise, I am with you always, to the end of the age, found in Matthew 28 verse 20, encapsulates the essence of God's unwavering presence in our lives. It serves as a powerful reminder of His eternal commitment to be with us through every moment of our existence. In a world often characterized by uncertainty and change, this promise offers us a profound sense of security and comfort. It assures us that we are not alone in our journey through life. No matter the circumstances, challenges, or trials we face, God is right there by our side, as close as our very breath. This promise echoes through the pages of the Bible, from the stories of individuals like Noah, Abraham, and Moses, to the disciples who walked with Jesus. It is a constant thread of assurance that runs throughout Scripture, assuring us that God's presence is not contingent on our circumstances or our worthiness, but is a reflection of His boundless love for us. In practical terms, this promise invites us to turn to God in times of joy, sorrow, triumph, and despair. It encourages us to seek His guidance, find solace in His love, and trust in His providence. It reminds us that we can face any situation with confidence, knowing that the Creator of the universe is with us, and His presence is our greatest source of strength and motivation. The second promise, I will never leave you nor forsake you, as stated in Hebrews 13 verse 5, is a declaration of God's unwavering commitment to His children. It encapsulates His unchanging presence and enduring love, regardless of our circumstances or shortcomings. In a world where relationships can be fickle and transient, this promise stands as a rock-solid foundation upon which we can build our lives. It assures us that God's loyalty surpasses anything we might experience in human relationships. He is a faithful and dependable God, always by our side, and never turning His back on us. This promise carries with it a profound sense of security. When we encounter the storms of life, face moments of doubt or fear, or grapple with the consequences of our mistakes, God remains steadfast. He is our constant source of support and encouragement. Knowing that God will never leave us or forsake us, we can confidently approach life's challenges. We can find solace in His presence, trust in His guidance, and draw strength from His love. It's a promise that motivates us to live boldly, for we are not alone in our journey. We have a loving and faithful God who stands with us through every step of life, offering His grace, mercy, and unwavering commitment. The third promise, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope, found in Jeremiah 29 verse 11, is a beacon of hope and assurance in times of uncertainty and doubt. In a world often marked by unpredictability and confusion, this promise reveals God's intimate knowledge of our lives and His divine purpose for us. It reminds us that our Creator has a carefully crafted plan, filled with goodness and prosperity, specifically designed for each one of us. This promise is an invitation to trust God's sovereignty and timing, even when our circumstances seem bleak. It assures us that God's intentions for us are rooted in love and designed for our betterment. When we face adversity or challenges, we can hold on to this promise, knowing that God's plans transcend our understanding and that He is working behind the scenes to bring about our future and our hope. In practical terms, this promise motivates us to have faith in God's guidance and timing. It encourages us to persevere in the face of adversity, knowing that even our trials are part of His greater plan. It fills us with hope, reminding us that our lives have purpose and that our future is in the hands of a loving and all-knowing God. The fourth promise. Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest, is a comforting and compassionate invitation from Jesus, as recorded in Matthew 11, verse 28. This promise serves as a soothing balm for our weary souls and a source of motivation to find solace in Him. In a world characterized by busyness and the weight of our responsibilities, this promise reminds us that Jesus is our refuge from life's burdens. It acknowledges the toils and struggles we face, whether physical, emotional, or spiritual, and extends His loving arms as a place of rest and rejuvenation. This promise is a call to surrender our anxieties, worries, and weariness to Christ. It encourages us to approach Him with our burdens, knowing that He is eager to offer us rest and relief. It's an invitation to find peace in His presence and to trust that He can carry the weight of our troubles. Practically, this promise motivates us to seek spiritual renewal through prayer, meditation, and a deepening of our relationship with Jesus. It reminds us that we don't have to bear life's burdens alone, and that there is rest and refreshment available to those who turn to Him. It motivates us to prioritize our spiritual well-being and trust in the restorative power of Christ's love and grace. The fifth promise. And we know that, in all things, God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called, according to His purpose, is a profound assurance found in Romans 8, verse 28. It offers a deep sense of hope and motivation, especially during times of trials and challenges. In a world where we often encounter adversity and uncertainties, this promise underscores the sovereignty and wisdom of God. It assures us that, as believers who love and follow Him, every circumstance, whether favorable or adverse, is under His divine control and is ultimately working for our benefit. This promise challenges us to view life's difficulties through a different lens, one that recognizes God's purposeful hand in our lives. It encourages us to trust that God can bring about good from even the most challenging situations. While we may not always understand His ways, we can have confidence that He is at work behind the scenes. Practically, this promise motivates us to maintain faith and hope when facing trials. It inspires us to persevere, knowing that God's greater purpose is being fulfilled. It encourages us to seek His guidance and wisdom as we navigate life's ups and downs, confident that He is orchestrating everything for our ultimate good. It motivates us to maintain an unwavering trust in God's plan, even when circumstances appear discouraging, as we have the assurance that He is working all things together for our benefit. The sixth promise, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want," is a declaration of profound provision and guidance, found in Psalm 23, verse 1. It serves as a powerful reminder of God's role as our caring and generous provider. In a world often consumed by desires for more material wealth and possessions, this promise calls us to shift our focus from worldly wants to spiritual and emotional needs. It assures us that when we make the Lord our shepherd, we will lack nothing essential for our well-being. This promise is an invitation to trust God as our ultimate source of sustenance, not just in terms of physical necessities, but also in our spiritual and emotional needs. It encourages us to find contentment and satisfaction in His abundant provision, recognizing that true fulfillment comes from a relationship with Him. Practically, this promise motivates us to cultivate gratitude for what we have, rather than constantly striving for more. It prompts us to seek God's guidance and wisdom in our decisions, knowing that He cares for our holistic well-being. It inspires us to rely on His provision, trusting that He will meet our needs in ways that are beyond our understanding. This promise motivates us to live with a sense of contentment, grateful for God's abundant blessings, and to share our abundance with others, thus reflecting His generous nature. Ultimately, it encourages us to embrace a lifestyle that is focused on spiritual wealth and a heart of gratitude. The seventh promise, "I can do all things through Him who strengthens me," is a declaration of profound empowerment and capability, found in Philippians 4 verse 13. It serves as a wellspring of motivation and inspiration in the face of life's challenges. In a world filled with obstacles, self-doubt, and limitations, this promise reminds us that, through our connection with Christ, we have access to divine strength. It assures us that we can overcome adversity, accomplish our goals, and face life's trials with unwavering confidence. This promise is an invitation to recognize that our human limitations can be transcended by God's unlimited power. It encourages us to approach life's challenges with the mindset that, with Christ's strength, we are capable of achieving far more than we can imagine. This promise motivates us to pursue our dreams and aspirations with faith and determination. It inspires us to take on challenges, knowing that we are not alone in our efforts. It prompts us to rely on Christ's strength through prayer and a deepening of our relationship with Him. This promise motivates us to persevere in the face of adversity, to step out of our comfort zones, and to live boldly for His glory. Ultimately, this promise empowers us to live a life that is not defined by our limitations, but by the boundless strength and possibilities available to us. It motivates us to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth and to face life's uncertainties with unwavering confidence. The promises of God are like precious gems, each one reflecting His love, care, and commitment to His people. They offer us the strength to persevere in difficult times, the hope to press on when all seems lost, and the comfort of His unwavering presence. As we journey through life, let us hold fast to these promises, knowing that they are the foundation of our faith and the source of our inspiration. In them we find the assurance that God is faithful and His promises are true. So let us walk in faith, encouraged and motivated by these 7 profound promises of God.